Fashion 66 Wall Planogram Tutorial Part 2. I actually didn't write that. Part 2. So the last thing I wanted to show you was how to do some special effects on signage if you wanted to do dimensional lettering, if you want to do neon signs, for example. So you can type out the word that you want. So I'm using it as an example, denim bar. And first of all, you can go under Type up in the menu bar and go under Font and change the font to whatever you want. So select what you just wrote and let's say this is the font that I want, for example. And you can always change the size. It's always 12-point standard default. You can always make it bigger or smaller. And let's say I want to make it look like a neon sign. You can do that easily using graphic styles. So you go under Window and click on Graphic Styles and click on this little square right here and open Style Library. And there's lots of things you can do. You can give it different effects, and one of the effects is neon effects. So these are all the choices you have. So look what happens when I click on one. It's blue neon. It could be pink neon or purple or blue or green or whatever you want. So these are different types that you can do, which is kind of a neat thing to see. And that could be your neon sign on the wall. Also, other effects that you can, there's illumination effects that can make it look like silver ribbon, tin highlights, special lighting, like it's being lit, which is kind of neat to see. Some have kind of glossy looks to them, so those are options for you as well. There's also scribble effects, and there's just different things you can use. Okay, and I'm just scrolling so you can kind of get an idea. These are just some of the things that are on there. Also, what's on here are 3D effects. If you're ever interested, you can get your sign and give it a three-dimensional look. You just have to look at this menu because it will look pretty much the way the menu is letting you know. So click on it like this, it'll give it a 3D look like that. Okay, and when you scroll with it, it'll show you the type the way you did it, which is straight on. But then when you move it, see, it gives a little bit of a glow, and it shows denim bar behind it. Okay, you can. And I'm sorry again, mine's really slow because. But see, however you see it, that's how it'll do it. So if you're interested in doing a 3D sign, these are kind of neat 3D effects. They're really cool, actually. They're great for signage and stuff. So you can definitely have options in creating your own signs by this. So the sky's the limit. You just gotta practice. Also, if you had something you drew and you wanted to give it a glow, the 3D effect will do it automatically. But let's say you drew something and you wanted to have, let's say this was, I don't know if you design signage, for example, and you wanted a glow behind it, a shadow, because it's hanging in front of the wall. You just select it with the black arrow, and you go under Effect, and you go to Stylize, and you can add what we call a drop shadow. And I recommend you click on Preview and see that drop shadow. Like I mentioned last time I saw you, was that the closer it is to the wall, then you want the opacity to be a little bit less and the blur to be a little bit more, where you want the blur more and the opacity more if it's further away. So it'll create a bigger shadow. So that's the idea. The farther away it is from the wall, it's going to create a bigger shadow. Okay? But you can create that and give it some dimension. This pretty much takes care of everything. We talked about the shelving. We've talked about face outs. If you wanted to do a divider, divide the whole wall into kind of those dividers that are built-in shelves, you just need to make sure that you have, rectangles in between, and you have the little wooden or whatever the material is, the dividers. And wanted to show you an example. So this is one example. And there's a neon sign with a ribbon signage. There's a logo out of cutouts, and these are obviously wooden divider and metal rods, and it's got accessories and it's got product, and this pretty much is a full planogram. So hopefully this gives you the tools that you need to finish your wall planogram, and can't wait to see them. So hope you have fun with it. And that concludes our video lecture on a demonstration on wall planograms.